Alright, chess fanatics and history buffs, buckle up because today we're diving into a masterclass from one of the greatest minds to ever grace the 64 squares, Francois-André Danican Philidor. We're talking about a legend whose name is synonymous with positional understanding, a man way ahead of his time. And in this clash from 1783, he's facing off against Count Bruehl. Get ready for some fireworks. Bruehl kicks things off with e4, aiming for a classic, solid setup. Philidor responds with e5, setting the stage for a symmetrical battle. Bruehl brings out his bishop to c4, signaling his intent for a standard Italian game-esque structure, following up with qe2 and c3, building a robust pawn chain. But Philidor? He's not here for a quiet game. He immediately challenges the center with a provocative f5, basically screaming, "Let's make some noise." He's disrupting Bruehl's plans right from the get-go, creating imbalances and dynamic tension. Bruehl accepts the gambit, taking on f5, but this opens lines, and Philidor quickly establishes a powerful pawn center with e4 and d5, dominating the board. His pieces come to life, developing naturally and harmoniously. Bruehl's position starts to feel a bit cramped, his bishop on b3 looking somewhat passive, and his queen on e2 not quite finding its rhythm. Philidor is dictating the pace, building a fortress in the center and preparing his forces for an assault. Now, fast forward a bit through some maneuvering. The game reaches a critical juncture where Bruehl, perhaps feeling the pressure of Philidor's growing positional advantage, makes a monumental error. After some exchanges, the queens come off the board. This, my friends, is the critical mistake. In a situation where Bruehl's king is exposed, his remaining pieces are uncoordinated, and Philidor has active rooks and a safer king. Simplifying into an endgame is precisely what Philidor wanted. Bruehl essentially hands Philidor the keys to victory, trading into an endgame that is just completely lost for him. It's a classic case of misjudging the consequences of simplification. And Philidor, the master that he is, doesn't need a second invitation. He seizes the initiative with ruthless precision. His rooks storm into Bruehl's territory, tearing through the open files. He creates a devastating pawn storm, marching his pawns up the board, each one a dagger pointed at Bruehl's king. The pawns on e3 and f3 become unstoppable forces, relentlessly advancing, supported by his active rooks. Bruehl's king is left naked and helpless, scurrying from one square to the next, with no shelter in sight. Philidor's endgame technique is just breathtaking, a systematic, suffocating attack that leaves Bruehl with no options. The final moves are a testament to Philidor's genius, a beautiful, unstoppable march of pawns, proving that even centuries ago, the greatest players understood the power of a well-coordinated attack. Bruehl's king is forced to concede defeat as Philidor's pawns just roll over him. What an absolute clinic. If you enjoyed this deep dive into chess history, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on more epic games and legendary stories. Keep sharpening those tactical knives, and I'll see you in the next one.